Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm back with a video which is very personal to me, something that I've lived more than half my life, if not more than half, at least half my life. So today's video, as you must have read in the topic and the thumbnail, is about thyroidism and living with thyroid. This video is just for your information about how I have been living with thyroid and how I have reduced it for myself, but this is not at all supposed to be a medical education video or anything related to medicine or medical advice. Do not consider it as such. I'm sure a lot of you would have heard about thyroid and having thyroidism and what it is. A lot of people, especially women, have it. For me, thyroid started when I was, I think, about 19 years old, so as a teenager pretty much, and I'm sure I had thyroid for a while. It just wasn't detected before, because when my thyroid was detected, but the report could not figure out my exact measurement of TSH, or it could not calculate exact TSH that I had. It just said 150 and there was a greater sign after that. So how my thyroid got detected was that I had an skin infection, and the dermatologist was not able to figure out what skin infection it is, so he did several blood tests, and one of which was thyroid as well, which was just a TSH test, and they figured out that I had thyroid and hypothyroid. When it is so much, it's hypothyroid. So before I give you much detail on my story and how my life has been with thyroid, let me tell you a little bit about what exactly thyroid is. So thyroid is nothing but a gland in your neck. It's somewhere here around, somewhere around your windpipe in the front side, and it produces two hormones, T3 and T4. Now these hormones basically affect your metabolism. It lets the cells or tissues know how much energy to use, how much to consume, how much to leave. If thyroid gland is not functioning well, it could be either two things. Either it is over functioning or it is under functioning. That means that it is either producing too much hormones or it's not producing enough hormones, which is the latter case. So an overactive thyroid or an overproducing thyroid gland is what causes hyperthyroid, and an underproductive thyroid gland is what causes hypothyroid. So in case of hyper or overactive, there's too much hormones in the body, and hypothyroid or an underproductive thyroid is when it does not produce enough hormones, and in that case your body does not realize how to use that energy, and it starts to gain weight. So these are the major two differentiation between the two. Now this is not the only characteristic or the only differentiation between the two types of thyroid. So I have hypothyroid, as you have already noticed that I had it 150 plus the TSH levels. So TSH is thyroid stimulating hormones. So having said that, I am no doctor. This is not a medical advice or a medicine related video. This is just my journey with thyroid. Please note this. Please do not take this as a medical advice. With hyperthyroid, what are the main characteristics? Fatigue is one, because your body is not utilizing energy properly. Fat gain or weight gain is the second and the most important symptom of all. Another thing is too much tingling sensation in your palm and feet. Not enough tolerance to cold weather, and very dry skin and hair or hair fall. So these are the major common symptoms of hypothyroid. But the thing is, I didn't have any of these symptoms. So when I had it, I was a teenager. I was still in my second year of my college and running around doing all sorts of stuff. So I never felt any kind of fatigue. Yeah, tingling was one thing. Like, I would get pins and needles always, anytime, every time. But that I had since very long time, since my school days. So I don't think it didn't appear to me that it could have been because of hypothyroidism. And another thing, which is dry skin or dry hair, I didn't think I had that also. So I didn't have any of these symptoms, except the fact that I was gaining too much weight. I had gained about 12 kgs in a matter of 8 months. There are multiple different kinds of treatment, but the most common treatment for thyroid is doctors give you a thyroid, a tablet. I was put on that. I am under the treatment of a very experienced, very well-known doctor, and I initially, when it was detected, since now my dosage of my medication has reduced a lot. and I'll tell you how it has reduced. So it started with a weight gain 12 kgs. Now the thing with hypothyroid is it's a vicious cycle. Thyroid will make you gain weight, but if you want to control your thyroid, you have to lose weight. So it's like, I don't know, it's like an infinite loop of gaining weight and losing weight. So with the initial first 2 years, I was still gaining more, and eventually I had gained about 20 kgs in 2.5 years. And even though my thyroid was responding well to the medications, it was still, somehow I was gaining a lot of weight. And then after this, I had started with all the symptoms of dry skin or low resistance to cold or feeling fatigued. All of these symptoms came later after I was diagnosed already. During my first few visits with the doctor, we realized that it was actually my lifestyle which had kind of caused thyroid. Also, thyroid, one of an overactive thyroid is also called Hashimoto's disease, and I'm not sure if hypothyroid and Hashimoto's disease are the same, but they also see that thyroid is hereditary. And that's what my doctor asked me as well, if anyone in my family has thyroid. And of course my grandmother had, and my mother, although at that time was not detected with thyroid, later on she was diagnosed with thyroid. However, since I was so young, and after assessing all my symptoms, and my doctor concluded that it was pretty much because of my lifestyle, because I was under a very high stress lifestyle at that point. I was in college, I was running around a lot, doing a lot of part-time jobs. Now, I have made a video about how I earned 25,000 a month during my college as a student. If you are interested, click here, go find it now. Moving on. So my lifestyle did cause an early offset of thyroid for me. At least that's what we concluded about my treatment. And it could be different reasons for different people. A lot of people get it as heredity. For a lot of people, it's because they get it during or after pregnancy, because the hormone levels are going here and there all around. Now, few other things that come with thyroid that people don't talk about is that since it's a hormonal issue and it affects other hormones in the body as well, one of the other thing that it might or might not affect is polycystic ovaries, which is PCOS or PCOD. I don't really know actually if it is directly or indirectly related, but statistically almost 70% of women with thyroid also have PCOS or PCOD of some degree or the other. So it was a little bit of a pain for me when I first realized that I had hypothyroid, because then the only solution in mind was that you will be having this medicine all your life. So the first 4 years of my thyroid were very usual, like I was just taking the medicines, trying to lose weight but not really losing weight. And eventually in the 5th year of my thyroid journey, I had reached a 72 kgs weight. And at that point I realized it's now enough. After this, my doctor told me that now is your emergency or caution line, that if you don't lose weight now, then there would probably be no other solution for you. So I started with very extreme workout regime and very strict diet. And I had lost about 15 kgs. With that, my thyroid levels were also, my thyroid gland or my reports were also doing good. So my dosage had almost reduced to half since the first time when I was detected with thyroid. And I was really happy with that. However, I met with an accident around the same time and I was on bed rest for 8 months, which led to gaining back almost all that weight, and I came back to 70 kgs. And at this moment, my thyroid levels are still the same. However, I am trying to lose weight. I have lost little bit here and there, but I need to lose some more. And I'm following a certain diet for that. Let me know if you'd like me to make a video about that and how I'm losing my weight. A few things that I was told by elders in the family to not do is like, don't eat bananas, don't eat curd, like don't eat anything which causes any kind of cold to you. And I'm not sure how much of that is true, because my doctor pretty much told me it's okay, you eat everything but you work out. So I did that. And another thing that happens with thyroid is that it causes vitamin D deficiency, and vitamin D is also something that helps you with losing weight and maintaining weight. So I was also put on this vitamin D tablet, and which kind of like vitamin D, calcium mix and stuff. So that also helped a lot. And currently I'm at a moderate weight, but I still have to lose about 10 more kgs, and I'm trying to lose that weight, trying to maintain my thyroid more. Hopefully it helps me with my thyroid, and I want to still go. There are like 3 more levels I can go down in the dosage that I currently have. So I'm trying to work on my weight to help with my hypothyroidism. However, there's nothing wrong about having hypothyroidism, or it's that your gland could be misfunctioning, or it could be hereditary, or it could be because of lifestyle, and it shouldn't happen to anyone. And I think around 8 or 9 out of 10 women have this. So there's nothing for you to worry about as long as if you can maintain your weight around it. I would say that please do listen to your doctor, whatever your doctors tell you. And if you're not happy, it's always best to take a second opinion. A few things that my doctor told me, that you should not have any sort of caffeine after an hour of having the thyroid medicine. It should be taken in empty stomach, and those 2 advices has really helped me a lot, because it seems that caffeine nullifies the effect of the thyroid medicine that they give for hypothyroid. So to make sure that that doesn't happen, and only after the medicine is completely absorbed in your body is when they say you can have caffeine for the day. So any kind of caffeine, it's not just tea or coffee. Sometimes it's more or less has become a part of my life, but I'm trying to work on to reduce it. There are some more aspects of my journey with thyroid. What the questions that people asked me, there were a lot of reactions like, oh my god, you have thyroid at such a small age, how will you still go about your life, and all that stuff. So don't worry about any of those questions, they keep coming. Just take them with a smile. I might have missed a few points here and there, which I can probably answer in the comments below. So if you like this video, if you like my other videos, please do subscribe to this channel, like this video, and let me know what other videos you'd like me to make. I'd love to know what you want to see. Right now I'm trying to make random videos about my life and things like how I earned during my part-time job, or what Instagram knows about me. And it would mean a lot if you could subscribe and give me your feedback. I would love to know that. And until next time, stay happy and healthy. Bye bye.